Hi everyone, Mrs. West here with this week's lesson. This week we're going to take what we learned last week about Georgia O'Keeffe to make our own drawings. But first I wanted to share a quote with you from Georgia O'Keeffe that I thought was interesting. She says, "I decided if I could paint that flower in a huge scale, you could not ignore its beauty." Okay, so here she is talking about taking a tiny object and making it huge so that you have to notice it. And here's another one of her paintings. Okay, so last week I asked you to make a viewfinder and to find some very small objects around the house that you might want to draw. Now, today I'm going to ask you to take those objects and decide which one you want to draw. When you're making a choice as to what you want to draw, I want you to keep a few things in mind. Okay, I have a few things right here. I want you to think about how easy is it going to be for you to draw. If you pick this, you'd have to put these words in and try to make it look like it's clear, and I think that would be really hard. So I'm going to put this one on the side. This package of gum, ooh, I would have to draw all this design? I don't think so. Okay, I'm left with a few objects that I think won't be very hard to draw. Okay, now what I did was I took my viewfinders, and I say plural because actually I made a smaller viewfinder as well for tiny objects like this. Okay, so that I could move that around in the little box and decide where to put it. Of course, I could use a bigger viewfinder for a bigger object and decide where I want to do it. Now, what I did, and I suggest you do as well, is I took my cell phone and I took pictures of these objects where I might want them to be in a rectangular piece of paper. Okay, here's my little tomato. I don't remember which way I had it. I think it was this way. Okay, so now I'm looking at this and I know exactly where that tomato should go on my drawing. So I would have that right here, and I would start to do my drawing. Okay, so I would have to make a big old shape for my tomato right here, and I see that it comes off the edge here, and it comes way up and comes off the top there. I can see a corner here. Okay, so you would start to draw that this way. I don't know if you can see the lines that I'm making, but you want to make sure you have a lot more white space on this side than you do on that side. So that's what I would do. And then I would put in some of the details. A little circle here. I see a little bit of a scratch there. Then when you were all done with the sketch, you would use your colors. Now, I did that with this one, and it would take me too long to draw this whole thing while I'm filming. So I did sketch it out, and after I'm finished with my sketch, I would go ahead and start coloring it. I did use a ruler to draw this object because it does have straight lines. Okay, so then I would start outlining it and coloring it in. Okay, so you are going to do the very same thing. You are going to pick your object, a nice simple one. You're going to photograph it, and then you're going to follow the shape on a rectangular piece of paper. And then color it in. Okay, I don't want to see just sketches. I do want to see them colored in. And if you want to ask me questions while you're doing this, if you want to show me the sketch first and then color it in, that's a good idea. But if not, go ahead. And you are going to color in the entire thing, unlike what I am doing here, because it'll take up too much video time. Okay, so the tools that you'll need is a white piece of paper, a pencil, and some drawing tools. I, of course, always have my ruler handy for straight lines, and you need your viewfinders from last week. Viewfinder. Many of you are going to want to make them smaller, but you might want to make them bigger. I don't know. Up to you. Okay, I can't wait to see what you come up with. Ta-ta for now.